What's up? It's Matt again. You can never guess where I am. Back here with 5, count them, you know how to count. 5 reviews, Suicide Boys, Suicidal Sagas, Kill Yourself Part 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. We're going to start with obviously 16 just to get them out of the way. About 2 minutes each, kind of like my last video that I did down by the river. So, okay, let's get started. Number 16, The Faded Stains Saga. So the way that Suicide Boys kind of approached this project, or these projects, is they did them in more of a slow build-up manner to the last project, the Infinity Saga. And basically with 16, 17, 18, 19, they kind of just keep building and building and building and building anticipation. And with 16, they do have moments where they are aggressive and they do kind of grit their teeth. But for the most part, Suicide Boys are much more aggressive towards the end of the sagas rather than the last 5 that they released where they were just aggressive all the way through from start to finish. The blood-stained wall and the picture of JFK being assassinated is kind of it fits their mood very well. It fits their personality very well. Obviously, they're not going to be sugarcoating anything here. Well into, I would say, over a couple hundred tracks now, it seems. Suicide Boys are just like a tag team that never stops really working. Basically, with these new sagas as well, I mean, 15 tracks. Each saga is pretty quick.
Let's move on to saga number 17.
Saga number 17, the Suburban Sacrifice Saga, pictures a nuke hitting a suburban area, of course. With the kind of rise and fall of Ruby and Scrim as they continue through this path, they start to show their punchiness a little more, start to show their aggressive side a little bit more. Of course, I love when artists mix it up as well, but I do love Suicide Boys when they are at their strongest. They're more punk roots, in your face, kind of punching, hammer fists, kind of aggressive rap style. There is a track on here, Second Lines Come With Broken Souls. That is, it sounds like a carousel is winding up and the beat is very, it reminds me of a carnival for some reason, just the way that it starts to slow. It starts a very gradual speed up. The track here though, it's a little forgettable. Honestly, the Suburban Sacrifice Saga is a little forgettable for me. I mean, I liked it, but it's still like not, I don't think it's their best work, personally. I think that as they moved on to the 18th saga, as they move on to the Fall of Idols saga, I kind of like just how they did this, how they paced themselves, but also I wish that they would have sprinkled more aggressiveness and more kind of into their music. The way that they did the last project, I think they did very well, where they just threw it right at you in the beginning and then kind of slowed down with the other ones, whereas this one they just did a straight gradual rise. But here I think it would have been better if they would have dropped, if they would have switched some songs around instead of just doing a full kind of just angry saga at the end and like a slower saga at the beginning. Kill Yourself Part 18, The Fall of Idols Saga. Final track here, From the Beginning of Time to the End of Time, is my favorite on this whole saga, only because it does show through, and it shows both Scrim and Ruby's lyrical prowess, as long as they have intense beats to rap over. I think when they kind of conflict each other and they deliver soft-spoken words over a harder beat, or the opposite where they're basically screaming over a softer beat, I think it's at least makes the music more interesting and keeps it kind of fresh and new. From the Beginning of Time till the End of Time has my favorite sample they've ever done, where it's the newscaster where he explains, if you find this little 8-year-old boy, kill him and immediately burn his body. And now back to you, Tom. And I just, as soon as I heard that, I was like, this is the best sample they've ever done. It just fits their music so well, where it's the comedic rise and the kind of horror and grotesque lyrics / themes that they cover, and their music, it just would not be the same without this kind of style. It's what makes them very approachable, I would say, as a person that enjoys horror movies, or as a person that enjoys like punk music, especially with the bars later that Ruby uses when he described Ruby's such a misfit, Hollywood, Babylon, can't resist it. And it's kind of like it matches well with their misfit kind of style, but it also, as he makes a reference to the misfits in the golden ages of punk, I think they go hand in hand together. For my favorite cover art, so this is kind of the last step before the final saga, obviously. 4 out of 5. The 4th day of a 5-day binge. As I said before, I think that their music is really aggressive finally. They're really winding down into the final stretches of the Suicidal Sagas. And they really just attack and attack and attack and attack. And that is like the best part of their music, is when they really just dive in and just destroy everything in their wake. Especially with Introversion 2.0 and Death by Design. I think these are both tracks that stand out well, not because they are the same, but because they are so different. When Ruby and Scrim kind of work well together is when they conflict each other's styles. You can see that as they move from the different tracks, as Death by Design is very rough, very abrasive, it's in your face, it kind of bites at you and punches you and attacks the listener aggressively. While Introversion 2.0 is more of a vaporwave, kind of has these screams of agony. It's much different, and that's where they work the best, I believe, is when they switch up their styles so drastically that it can really stand out. And I think putting these two tracks back to back not only helped their style tremendously, but I think it helped the sagas overall to kind of branch out and become more than just 15 tracks thrown together. I think it does kind of paint a picture, at least, where if you listen to all of them in a row, it does sound very much like a storyboard, or these kind of up and down moments. And this leads to my favorite saga, the final one, the Infinity Saga. The Infinity Saga is very tight, very strong. The tracks here are just, there's not a single track that I dislike here, just from the samples and the pianos and the organs and just the way that Scrim and Ruby are putting these tracks together with verses and producing, and just the way that they can just smash together pieces with sampled alligators, and it's just such a great way to experience their music. If you were going to start with their projects, I would definitely say you need to start here if you're looking for their newer style, and then kind of move progressively back towards the other sagas, only because they are a little bit harder to get into if you're not used to their style. So as I stated, the Infinity Saga is my favorite only because it's so rough, so punchy. It's almost like their 11th saga, which the Kingdom Come saga, which was just an all-out war throughout the whole thing. And the track here, the final couple tracks, the last triplet, I guess you could say, of Devious Devil Shit, is very well put together. Suicide Boys have only been getting better with each project, and the way that they move this one, of course, is no different. The opening track for the last time, and then even with the final track, and now I'm up to my neck in offers, is just, it's so angry, and it's just like, this is like what I wanted to tap into. I try not to go in with any expectations, of course. That's very hard whenever you've been listening to an artist since 2015 or so, when they first kind of originated, and to go in without any expectations and to just listen to exactly what they have to say, it's very hard. But the videos attached to their music, as well as the straight up reading along to the lyrics online, or kind of reading their snippets on Twitter while you're looking through and just gathering research, they're one of the most interesting artists to watch, only because they do make so much music and they do switch up their styles so often, that going through their kind of discography it's almost like a treasure hunt. The 808s that kind of punish the listener here, this shit is just incredible. They work incredibly hard. They just released that new Juicy J project. That shit was crazy. You gotta peep that out. Yeah, just check their music out. Like, they're just such good artists, and they're consistently good. And there's really never been a project where I was disappointed. Or the problem is they have so much music, is that it's hard to remember everything that they make. As soon as you get used to one project, they make another one, and it's just very consistent. Almost every month they come out with a new release. So I would say I recommend these projects, obviously, all 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Of course I do. There's no doubt about it. I like any of their music. But I would just start with the kind of heavier stuff, and then I would go from like 5 into 3 into 4 into 2 and then 1. Which I know is a weird order, but as I said with the last 5 sagas, I kind of liked I liked 11, and then 15, 14, 13, 12, I believe. Yes. So yeah, just check out their music. Their Vaporwave track I really enjoy. Introversion 2.0 is really different, but the cascading synths fit well with it. That's about it, really. Thank you guys for watching. I don't know if you do watch. I'm very happy. I'm up to 14 subscribers now, which is pretty crazy. That 14 people on this planet want to listen to me. And one of those accounts is actually my own account. So 13 people want to listen to me. I think 2 of them are my parents. So 11 people that I don't know or I'm not related to want to hear my opinion, and I appreciate that. I appreciate anyone that actually listens to me, follows me on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. Even though I hate social media and I think it's stupid, you know, that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. If you see me around anywhere, fuck it, say hello. I just want to give a kind of update / whatever. Okay. So I might be moving out of my dorm room soon. RIP. I'm pretty excited about that though. But anyway, check out Suicide Boys if you haven't already. I don't understand why you're watching this video if you haven't. Their music is great. They're not coming to Pittsburgh. They are going to Cleveland, which I'm going to see them there. And I'll probably do like a video on that just for like YouTube and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna try and not get kicked out of where I'm filming right now because that's happened to me before. It's very annoying. Shout out to Nardmore, 30 years. Seriously, that's crazy. Matt's Music Mind, Suicide Boys, fucking Pajamas collab coming soon. Who knows? And I'll see you in Cleveland. So shout out Suicide Boys. I'm excited. It's in December 10th. So I'll see you there.